Hello again. In nature, once you get above the level of things like bacteria and tapeworms, all animals are divided into just two sexes. Humans are animals, and so it is reasonable to assume that they too are divided into two sexes. That is to say, males and females. This indeed has been how things have generally been viewed for the whole of recorded history until a few years ago. There have certainly been men who wished that they were women, and even a few women who wished that they had been born boys instead of girls, but such cases have always been freakishly rare. Almost without exception, there have been males and females, and there is an end to the matter. The thumbnail to this video shows an advertisement for a brand of underwear called Blush. In the description to this video I give a link too to this image. It shows a bearded man dressed in women's underwear and the caption reads, "For every woman, we mean every." It was displayed in Berlin a few years ago for Gay Pride Week. Any ordinary person viewing this photograph will know at once that it does not show a woman. Of that there can be very little doubt. It shows a man who probably has a fetish for women's underwear. That's fine, it's a harmless enough interest, and I can have no possible objection to anybody behaving in that way. What does it matter to me if a man wants to wear women's underwear? However, putting on women's clothes will not somehow magically turn me into a woman. I would simply be a man behaving in an unusual way. I think it fair to say that most of us know this. It does not matter what psychological tricks I perform, all that exotic lingerie will not turn me into a woman. Extraordinarily, we are now expected to surrender our reason and at the very least pay lip service to, and indeed attempt to believe, that a man with a beard and a penis can indeed be a woman. That is to say, really a woman, and not a man masquerading as a woman. Even expressing surprise or doubt about this strange notion lays one open to the accusation of transphobia. I don't doubt for a moment that in years to come we will look back on this state of affairs the way that we now look back on Tulip Mania or the South Sea Bubble or some other fit of madness which has gripped people and been seen in retrospect for what it is, that is to say, irrational behaviour. I do not suppose for a moment that this is a real and permanent change in how we will view men and women for the rest of the history of the human race. This is an aberration. It is also a misogynistic aberration, that is to say, one based upon fear and dislike of women. It is almost always women who are targeted with abuse for not accepting that men can become women, and it's women who have insulting expressions coined for them like TERF if they don't buy into this new ideology. One thinks of how J.K. Rowling is denounced, for example. I wonder why we focus on women as the target for abuse when it comes to people sceptical about the transsexual idea. Did anybody ever ask themselves how many men would be prepared to take somebody like the person in the Blush advertisement as being a real woman and to engage in intimate behaviour with that person? Very few, one suspects. How many ordinary men would go to bed with somebody possessing a penis and simply accept that person as an ordinary woman? Not very many. None at all, perhaps. We never seem to ask ourselves this question. Everything about transsexualism focuses upon how women are not accepting people with penises as being real women, We might ask ourselves instead to consider how men view the matter.